An old man sat across from his student and asked a single question. Not what books he had read, not what cities he had visited. He asked what 30 years of sitting at a teacher's feet had actually produced. The student did not answer right away. The old man's name was Shakik of Balkh. He had taught for decades. He had seen students come and go, most of them left with scrolls under their arms and certainty in their eyes. This one, Hatem el-Asamm, had stayed longer than most, and now Shakik wanted to know why. Hatem finally spoke. He said he had found 8 things, 8 observations about how to live. He had not found them in a single book. He had found them by watching himself fail and watching other people succeed at things that, in the end, did not seem to matter. The first thing Hatem said was this. He had looked at people and seen that each person had chosen something to love, something they gave their best hours to. He had decided to give his best hours to something that would not leave him when his body grew weak. He chose that thing, and he did not let it go. Shakik listened. He did not interrupt. His hands stayed still on his knees. Outside the room, the city made its ordinary sounds. Inside, there was only the voice of Hatem and the small noise of the oil lamp burning down its wick. The second thing, Hatem had looked at people and seen that they followed their desires. Whatever they wanted, they moved toward it. He had decided to move against his desires when his desires pointed somewhere harmful. He had used his desires as a compass, then walked the opposite direction. Shakik shifted slightly on the kilim. He was watching Hatem the way a man watches something unexpected. Not with surprise exactly, but with the kind of attention that means he is checking his own memory against what he is hearing. The third thing, Hatem had seen that people valued what other people possessed: status, wealth, approval. He had looked at this and decided that what truly had value was something else entirely. Something that could not be taken by another person's gain or lost by another person's success. He held to that instead. The fourth thing, Hatem had observed that people depended on other people, on their approval, their help, their presence. He had looked at this dependence and seen how fragile it made a person. He had decided to depend on something that did not change its mind, did not die, did not leave. The room was quiet for a moment. Hatem paused between his words. This was not hesitation. He had thought about these 8 things for years. He was pausing the way a man pauses before placing something heavy down carefully, so it does not break. The fifth thing, he had seen that people envied each other. He had felt it himself. He had watched envy move through a person like a slow sickness, eating the hours, poisoning the ordinary day. He had decided to treat envy as a signal, not a feeling. A signal that he had misunderstood what was actually worth wanting. Shakik's breathing was even. He had not moved to correct Hatem, had not raised a hand to add something. This itself was a kind of answer. A teacher who has heard many students knows when something different is happening. He was hearing something different now. The sixth thing, Hatem had seen that people treated each other as rivals or as tools. He had looked at this and decided to treat other people only as what they actually were. Beings who would end, beings who suffered, not rivals, not tools. He tried to carry this understanding into every ordinary encounter. The seventh thing, came more slowly. Hatem said he had seen that people spent their effort acquiring more food than they could eat, more cloth than they could wear, more security than any moment could guarantee. He had decided to keep only what the present moment required and to let the rest remain with others. There was a longer pause now. The lamp had burned lower. The circle of light in the room had shrunk. Hatem's voice, when he continued, was not louder or softer. It was the same. But the seventh thing had required more words, and the words had taken something from the air in the room. The eighth thing. Hatem said he had watched people show the world a face that had nothing to do with what was happening inside them. He had decided to make the inside and the outside agree, not as a performance, not so that others would see and admire, only because the cost of maintaining two separate selves was too high. Hatem stopped. He had said all eight. He sat with his hands in his lap. He was not waiting for praise. He was simply done. The room held the words for a moment, the way a clay vessel holds water, by its shape, by its stillness. Shakik of Balkh looked at his student for a long moment. Then he said something that Hatem did not expect. He did not say, "Well done." He did not say, "You have learned much." He said something that collapsed the distance between a study room in Balkh and every book he had ever read in his long life. Shakik said that he had spent his life studying. He had read and taught and listened and argued, and everything he had found in all of that study, all the guidance he had ever encountered across all four of the great books of the tradition, pointed to exactly these eight things, not more, not less. Exactly these. He did not explain how. He did not trace each of the eight back through the texts. He simply said it. As a man states a fact he has known for a long time and is relieved to hear confirmed by someone else, someone who arrived at it by a different road entirely. Hatem el-Asamm had not set out to summarize the tradition. He had not sat down one day and decided to reduce 30 years into 8 points. He had simply tried to live honestly, and the living had done the reducing on its own. That is what 30 years of genuine attention produces. Not more knowledge, less. Every person around you is chasing something. Status, money, comfort, approval. The chase feels like progress. It looks like progress from the outside, but Hatem had done something different. He had stopped to ask what the chase was actually for and whether what everyone else was chasing had ever been examined at all. Most of what you do every day is a default. You follow your desires because that is what people do. You depend on others because that is what people do. You accumulate because that is what people do. Hatem looked at each of these defaults and asked whether he had chosen them or simply inherited them without noticing. Each of his 8 observations was a reversal. Love what will not leave you. Walk against your harmful desires. Value what cannot be taken. Depend on what does not change. Treat envy as a signal, not a feeling. See people as beings who suffer, not rivals. Keep only what the moment requires. Make inside and outside agree. Every one of them is doing the opposite on purpose. Shakik said the 4 books turned on these 8 things. He was not being poetic. He meant it as a plain statement. All the accumulated learning of the tradition, when pressed down to its core, produced the same list that one honest student had assembled by watching himself live. That is either a coincidence or it is the most important thing you will hear today. The question Shakik asked was not rhetorical. It was the most serious question a teacher can put to a student. What did the years produce? Not what did you read, not what can you repeat. What did the years actually leave behind in you after everything else burned off? That question does not have a clever answer. It only has an honest one, or a silent one. El-Asamm left that room carrying nothing new. He had said what he had already known. Shakik had confirmed what he had already known. The meeting was not a transfer of information. It was two men checking the same measurement with the same instrument and finding that it read the same. 30 years, 8 things, all of them reversals of what comes naturally. That is not a summary of a life. That is the weight of a life, pressed down until only what was solid